What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Comics ReMIXed, episode 16-2. I'm Junior. It's David.
You know who we are.
Yeah, by now you should already know. There's no need for formalities.
Yeah. Well, we just went through Chicago Comic Con.
Mm-hmm. But before we start, I'm sorry. I just want to go ahead and explain our quick wardrobe change from 16-1 to 16-2.
Oh yeah.
The video footage to 16-2 was corrupted. We only had bits and pieces of it, unfortunately, so we had to stall. So this is a re-recording of 16-2, but it ain't nothing. You didn't miss nothing, obviously.
But thank you for joining us for this episode. We really appreciate it.
Pulling multiple episodes today.
Well, as I was saying,
just wanted to clear that up.
Wizard Chicago Comic Con 2012 just rolled through the Rosemont. Still, not as insanely impactful as it was when we were kids, but of course now from the point of view as far as participating in the event, I thought it was awesome. I thought from that point where we're actually going more behind the scenes, talking to creators, writers, owners.
There comes a time when you kind of have to grow, so to speak. You know what I mean? And I think we've already, as far as conventions go, since we've been there so long. Shut up! Why you giving me that look?
No, it's like I was like,
as far as
your pubes.
Yeah, honestly. As far as conventions go, and I mean, we've pretty much experienced everything.
Yeah, as con guys, we're talking as con guys.
Yeah, we've gone through the sales and like, oh my god, I can't believe I found this for this price. We've gotten plenty of autographs. We've met a lot of people as fans.
It's time for
plenty
new
of
adventures.
pictures. Yeah. So I mean, it's like you've done everything at the convention. What is there to do? And now that we have the show, next best thing, like you just said, the behind the scenes.
And now I'm really, really hoping to get to Ohio.
And it's
at
not
least,
like
at least just one day of work of filming.
It's like not. It's not like when you let's take Carlos Pacheco for example. As a fan, would you sign my work? You draw cool people. And now it's more like explain your style.
Here's the thing that happened at Comic Con. As we're talking to a lot of these guys, which a lot of the guys from Spain, Argentina.
Remind me, I got your Daniel Acuna in the car.
Thank you. But they were all very approachable, and it was really weird seeing them Artist Alley. Not just because it's Artist Alley. Usually artists do double up because they get a table at Artist Alley and then one with publishers. But for some reason, a lot of these guys actually thought that they were going to have some type of representation. You wouldn't have known that they were there unless you actually walked through Artist Alley. They didn't have like the big banners. They didn't have like a bunch of prints to sell. But they weren't. You could tell there wasn't proper preparation unless they actually the day before they ran off to the Kinko's and printed some stuff out.
Or if they were like con veterans, so to speak, like Greg Horn, how his booth was just
but you could tell that came out of his pocket. You could
tell
that he boosted that himself. Here's the thing, what I'm saying is, big publishers, okay, you can't make it to every single con. We understand it's an expense, it's a cost. As much as you like to be there for the fans, whatever. Don't totally dish your artists like that. Send them something. Have preset banners. If anything, create a template and then just put their name on it, just so that they could have something. They're representing your house. They're representing your company. Don't let them go out like that.
Yeah,
it was pretty sad.
It was. I gotta pull out the race card, man. You notice how all the Latino artists,
they were all in the same place.
They were all one table after another, right in the same aisle,
man. Yeah, it was
Acuna, Cafu,
Pacheco,
Rodolfo,
Acosta, and then David Mack. Angel Medina was all.
And if it wasn't for Humberto Ramos,
he was
being badass with Paul Jenkins,
yeah,
he probably would have been there too because he was the next aisle over.
He's we count him as Latino.
Yeah, Paul Jenkins is that guy that if he was the member of your, he's that one guy in your crew that automatically becomes whatever the majority of your crew is,
But back on topic, unless it was just really hard accepting that, visually.
Yeah.
It makes the con look bad, and it also just makes it look dodgy, It makes it look like is this the is the Kane County Crapper or something like that? Like
it was
some little con.
The floor.
No, not to this day of the Kane County toy con. Sorry.
The floor plan and the setup was very sporadic. It was just very out there, very confusing to a lot of new people.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I understand why they did it. In the past, excuse me, you would have the autograph area, you had the vendor area, and then you had Artist Alley.
Right. But what would you do if you didn't have the big publishers to lean on?
Oh, I agree. Then what I would do personally if I was running the con, I would expand on those three, you know. But the way I mean is their setup. They had everything mixed. Like Artist Alley was here, it was here, it was here. There was vendors here, here, and here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I kind of get why they did it too. They did it as a means to, like, let's say you only went to buy stuff, and they had it set up the original way. Then your main target is that vendor area.
Yep.
You're not gonna bother with the Artist Alley. You're not gonna bother with the autographs.
Yeah, man. That's
so mixing it up in a way. It was a good thing, as far as business goes, because you're gonna have to pass Artist Alley to get to the vendor, to get to this, to get to that, and you're gonna catch something with your eyes and say, hey,
it gave everybody a shot.
Exactly. You know, It was good, but it was bad.
Hey, 1 second. What's going on, honey? Oh, don't worry about it.
Hit the red button.
Away. Hit the red button. Daddy daughter day. Chill out. But yeah, man, you're right. It was very confusing. Actually, yeah, some of the people we talked to, they were talking about how the first day they were there, they got lost.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. They really, the people who set it up, Jerry, he was really trying. He was one of the guys setting it up. They were really trying. But I think in a situation like that, you really, really have to take a retail approach. You know, you really have to go in and see, you know, kind of take almost the same floor plan and merchandising style as a retail store where you map it out where people could really walk through this entire
They can maneuver to get to what they want.
Yeah.
You know?
And at the same time, see everything, not just spot it.
That's how it was. I mean, this goes back to us being, I guess you could say, veterans, which is pretty cool to say. But, I mean, for us, we know, like, okay, you see a table, somebody sitting there, that's part of Artist Alley. You know, it clicks with us. We know. We've been there so many years now, it's easy for us to maneuver. We know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
We know how to read the banners. We know how Wizard's floor plan goes, how to, you know, maneuver quickly and everything. But for a newbie, you know, for somebody who maybe this is their first, second con even, it throws them off.
Actually, thanks for bringing up newbies, because newbie professionals fall along that category.
Yes,
it was
they
very
do.
sad to see a lot of these artists getting pushed to like the farthest depths of the Rosemont Convention Center. But you know what? That's also the artist's fault. A lot of artists and writers who got better sections, they ballsed up and said, hey, I'm going to move.
Sean did it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what you have to do.
Sean Eileen, shout
you
out
gotta
to
step
Sean.
it up. So at one point, I'm angry that the convention would even put a table over there. But at the same time, it's like
They were
dude,
like,
you're
you know,
professional.
and they were like, we have all this space, we're gonna hoard out. We're any square inch, we're gonna rent it out to somebody.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you had to pay,
No, I get
if
you.
you paid for that table,
I get
that's
you.
in the desert of Rosemont.
Right. You're gonna be pissed, but at the same time, hey, that's what you paid for. It's like a cheap tattoo. You get what you pay for, and I should know.
Like Sean.
Yeah, Sean
you
stepped
say
up.
Something.
Sean was
you
like,
say
yo.
something, and you move.
And they put him right behind Joe Jusko.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
a
who
nice
that
place
guy
to be.
was. There was that one guy that sticks out whenever when we passed by his table.
Was it
looking
the
for an
Etch a
outlet.
Sketch guy?
No, that guy's cool. But we were looking for the outlet, and that guy had to yell at us to get our attention because he was by
all the way in the corner.
Yeah, he was by the door where they take out the garbage. Really, like the
Yeah.
service area.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, guys. You know, on both sides of the ball.
Probably like $20 for that.
People
spot.
who set it up, no, those tables were expensive.
Even back there, you think?
You know what? I'm gonna have to say this. You know, you do gotta cough up boku bucks, and it's. Would I say? It's kind of hard to say. Like as an artist, like would it have
Give it
been
both
worth
perspectives, man. That's
You
what
know,
we're here. That's what we do here on this show.
I did Wizard World as an artist in Artist Alley one time. It wasn't my best showing at all. Like I was like crazy nervous and all that. but I went in it on somebody, and we eventually made our money back, but we spent it all on ice cream. But I think I said it already. You know, there's a problem. You got to just voice your opinion, and just to avoid from rambling on. You know, as an artist, really step up and do something about it. And as a participator, as a convention goer, to see gigantic empty lots. Remember where there used to be like the seating area and stuff? Remember that big old empty spot?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Why was that even there? Why even have an empty spot? Put something there.
Oh.
Yeah. Give the Etch-a-Sketch guy that whole room.
That Etch-a-Sketch. Okay, look, we're gonna just go ahead and say
badass.
If you've looked through our Wizard World 2012 Chicago Con photo album on Facebook, you've seen this. There was a guy there that instead of actually drawing characters of people, he had an Etch-a-Sketch, and he was drawing them on the Etch-a-Sketch.
Guinness Book
That was
record holder.
badass. I had never seen nothing like that before. He was drawing a Harley Quinn, and her boyfriend was dressed like Bane, the comic version, but he had his mask off, which was pretty cool because then it, you know, the more detail in the face.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got to keep it or something.
I don't know, but it was bad. I'd be pissed if I kept it and put it in my book bag and fell. Babe, you're missing.
He was a highlight. We're just walking by and it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, that guy was
just
on the Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
That was cool. We should have got a business card.
Also, you know what? As press, I have to say this. As press, I think it was a great idea that we went there without a table and we're just going guerrilla style. Because any press booth or podcast booth that I walked by, it literally just was a guy just sitting there. You know, unless you're live streaming or something, it's not really worth it. Outlet wise, we need an extension cord next time.
Yeah, for them top outlets.
We failed on the extension cord. We failed on that part.
It's all good. We'll
Recharging was a hassle.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but now we know.
We still got a lot of badass interviews.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. For us, it was awesome that the major retailers, publishers didn't show up.
Yeah.
Because everybody was accessible.
Everybody
wanted to talk. It was to the point where, because one thing is we had our
I like how you're getting all into it. Like,
well, because here's the thing. We had everything mapped out.
Right.
We knew who we wanted to interview, and we had interviews set up.
That was, let me interrupt you, that was one good thing, I think, that we had so many interviews lined up, we didn't have enough time to get to it.
Well, here's the thing. One thing that messed it up and made it very inefficient was the layout. Because we ended up we wasted so much time walking back and forth.
And the recharge, but I mean...
Yeah. So that kind of killed us. But one thing that was great for me, like one thing I noticed as we kept walking back and forth is seeing like other people were like, hey, interview me. Talk to you. Talk to me. You know, like I felt really bad. One guy that I wanted to talk to was David Acosta. I like his work a lot. And he kept staring at us. Like, oh man, I already said I'd talk to this guy.
There was a lot of people that we promised interviews to. There were some local cats that we promised interviews to. I know the creators of Epitaph out. They're Chicago boys. We promised them an interview. Unfortunately, we didn't have time. There was even some big guys that we wanted interviews with, and they agreed to do interviews with us, but we ran out of time. For our wrestling fans, apologize. We could have got an interview with Booker T, but due to the layout and the way everything was, he wasn't in. Yeah, we got the Divas. But as far as the Booker T thing goes, this goes back to the layout because they had all the wrestlers in one area except for Booker T. He was like in another separate area.
That was weird.
So he told us come back by this time, and I'll hook you up real quick. But by the time we got there, all the running around we had to do, he was already gone.
But here's the thing. All in all, to summarize,
it was a great experience. I had fun.
Yeah, but here's one thing I want to point out. Like one thing I noticed on a lot of the social networking on Facebook, on Twitter, a lot of people just kept asking like, how was it? Was it worth it? You know what? Honestly, it was.
To a point. It was. I think it was worth it, and I'm talking because we went as press.
Yeah.
We didn't have to pay.
But you know what? Here's the thing.
Would you have paid $55 to get in there on Saturday only? Yes or no?
Actually, the price is an issue.
That's my thing. Okay. That's what I think.
That's a good
people
point.
Say,
that's a good point.
Was it worth it?
But if you had gone to C2E2 with your sketchbook, I think the possibility of getting the amount of illustrations that you could have gotten at Comic-Con wouldn't have been there.
Okay.
Every illustrator was so accessible at Comic-Con. That's what made the experience. If you were just there walking around looking for stuff to buy,
Then C2E2
if you're the kind of person, because if you think about it, think about if you go to a C2E2, think about all the hours you spent standing in line as opposed to actually walking around and interacting.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Get out of that line and actually walk around and talk to a lot of these artists who a lot of them they just wanted the attention. It's like, hey, take my business card, check out my comic. Just check it out, you know. To layer on top of that, the accessibility, you could have gotten a sketch from Carlos Pacheco for like $7.
Yeah.
Okay. Think why? Because there was nothing there holding him back. He didn't have to be at the Marvel booth at 2 p.m. till close.
Yeah.
He was just there sketching. Okay. So 55, was it worth it? Based on that experience, yes.
Depending why you went to the convention.
Yeah.
That's how I would look at it. If you wanted to just go shop, no. Not unless you knew you were going to go buy a big ticket item.
Yeah, to add on to that, everybody had the same stuff.
Nobody had really anything special.
Nothing.
It was either really old stuff that you have no interest in, or you can buy on eBay for like 50% cheaper, or they like you said, they had current stuff and it was all the same, or they had stuff that was just about to come out and it was highly overpriced. Like I saw some Marvel Universe figures that are about to come out retail in about another couple weeks or so. People had them there for about $35 a figure. You can wait another month and get it for $10.
So the buying, super low. The big publishers, non-existent. But this is a convention where you could actually go to and just roll in there with your sketchbook,
and you walk out with it almost full.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta touch upon the big publishers not being there. I think that was good for the publishers that were there.
Yeah.
Big Dog Inc. held it down, man. They had the biggest booth presence that was there. I saw Avatar. Those were the actually only two booths I can think of that I remember seeing.
Here's the thing, even
Devil's Due was there, but they were like way in the back.
Where? Were they next
remember
to
the guy was
yelling?
Yeah.
Was that them?
Yeah, they were back there.
Man, I'm very disappointed because that's a Chicago company.
But yeah, BDI held it down, man. And I think if the big companies were there, they would have overshadowed BDI. You know, I'm glad BDI got that exposure because they deserve it.
They do. They're great people, and they're putting out great stuff.
Legend of Oz. But no, seriously. Yeah, really. Oh, my knee. No, but seriously, though, think about it. If Marvel was there, if DC was there, and then you had Big Dog Inc., where do you think a majority of the fans are going to flock to?
To the big two.
Exactly. You know, and it sucks that that's the way it is.
And Image usually has that guy yelling all the time.
Yeah, that one guy that's like, who wants free stuff? What's Cyclops' real name? Scott Summers. Who said that? I did.
Oh, that's the wizard guy. That's the wizard.
And you're like waving in his face. You're like, right here, right here. I said it. I said it. Oh, that guy all the way in the back?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a jerk, man. I hate that guy. Yeah. That don't even get me started on my C2
as a fan,
C2E2 experience with him.
As a fan, you just get away from this whole illusion that wraps around the big three, like Image, DC, and stuff, and you let yourself just get taken into like the core of it. It's you and the artist.
Yeah.
That's who primarily makes you buy the books is the way it looks, and then when you open it and you see the great,
especially if it's someone, like if it's somebody you don't know, the art is automatically what attracts you. Yeah. Hey, what's this? Let me take a look through it. You buy it because of the art, you like the story. Hey, who's the writer in it? That's how it starts.
So next Comic-Con, Ohio, New Orleans, go take your sketchbook, have fun. You don't have to waste hundreds of dollars on some statue you could get on eBay a lot cheaper. Instead, get hundreds of sketches.
Yeah. Sketches are original, man. You can't. There's no replacing that stuff.
Sketches and cheap frames from IKEA. Done.
You know what you do? Yeah, but when you get those sketches, make sure you take a camera with you and get the photo of that person drawing the sketch, and then a photo with you and that person and the sketch. Because then, otherwise, nobody's gonna believe you.
So all in all, that pretty much summarizes my entire. I could throw in like individual names, but
I don't go into it anymore looking at it as a con, as a fan. I go into it now as it's a job, you know, because we have the show now.
Yeah, but we're talking about people who didn't show
up. Oh, I
Like,
understand.
was it worth it? Yes, it was worth it. I think it was worth it.
For the right reasons.
Yeah.
You know?
Not to kill. Not for murder. Like Junior.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah.
But, no, we apologize if it's taking so long to get a lot of the interview footage up. We're having trouble converting most of it, but we should be over most of that now.
We're not cameramen by trade.
We just do this. But we did get some great interviews. Carlos Pacheco, Daniel Acuna, Rodolfo, I forgot how to say his last name.
Migliere.
There you go. Angel Medina, you know.
Here's the thing.
85% of the Big Dog Inc. crew.
If you're an artist or if you're a professional, definitely look into those interviews because a lot of them really had those moments. Each interview had a moment where it's like that you learned something. Like
stars the moral of the story.
Yeah.
You know, the after school special.
They
G.I. Joe Service Public Announcement.
They bring out very good points, man.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Pacheco had a good one about you know, balls out. Don't overwhelm yourself. Say no if you have to.
He doesn't like Superman.
He doesn't. Oh my God.
Yanni Paquette. He was cool. He was very animated.
He was. He's all about insects.
Yeah.
He started off as a biologist, right?
Yeah. Art Baltazar. Shout out to Art Baltazar.
That was a weird interview because we see him so much.
Yeah.
And we talk to him so much.
Yeah, Art's like one of us. You know, he's just one of the guys now.
But just like actually, going back to collecting illustrations, you could have gotten a good experience out of it. Art Baltazar, next to Greg Horn, magnificent digital artist, and all these other artists who are just like...
Greg Horn was just an interview, doesn't he?
Yeah. But he's surrounded by all these artists who do
like
these crazy detailed works. And here's Art Baltazar doing these crayon illustrations, which is awesome. It suits him.
That's his style.
He had Crayolas.
Dude, did you see all the people at his booth, though, every weekend? That's
Balke,
art, though. Jeff Balke, yeah.
He was actually, if you bring him a sketch cover or like a blank cover, he'll color or sketch something in.
Jeff Balke brought back Chromium.
He got that Chromium up in there.
He had a print that he had colored of the X-Men villains. It was so badass. Then he had the same print made in Chromium. Like, you know, a Chromium cover, shiny background, very limited. I wish I had the money for it. I'd have bought it. That was so badass. Hit up Jeff Balke. He's on Facebook. Art Baltazar's on. Almost everybody's on Facebook or Twitter.
Watch the interviews as you put them up because you'll learn something.
There are a few of them up right now. None with the actual comic creator interviews because we got down to the wrestling shindig. Out of the 6 stars that were located, only one of them, who shall remain nameless, didn't give us the interview. It's all right though. I don't care. I'm not hurting. But we did get the Garcia twins, aka the Bella twins, which is up now. We got the lovely Maurice. We got the lovely Melina, who's also a big soccer fan, and we owe her some.
Good old wholesome Mexican food.
Yes, we owe her some food. John Morrison, John Hennigan, however you want to frame it.
We got a lot of interviews.
Kevin Nash.
So look out for them.
Oh, dude. Didn't Melina say if they came back and we bought them dinner or something, we'd go eat or something like that?
I don't know. I think you made that part up.
No, I didn't.
think you were hoping she said that.
Shut up. No, I didn't.
Watch the video.
Whatever.
You'll figure it out.
But all in all, Wizard World was fun. We're hometown boys, so we always got to hit up our hometown cons.
Yep.
Obviously, the next big con is next year's C2E2, assuming we all live through the apocalypse at the end of the year. But I'm looking forward to it. Not the apocalypse, but the convention.
Yep.
You know, especially 2 conventions down. The more we do, the more experience we get, and who knows where we'll be from now to then.
Cool. Watch the video.
So yes, please keep.
And thank you for watching right now.
Stay updated, or we'll update you. Just keep checking out the pages. We'll post those videos as soon as possible.
All right.
So here's
This is
hoping
David
you
Sanchez.
learned something. That's David. I'm Junior.
You guys have a good night.
Pieces.
Adios.